Hi guys, I wanted to make this video yesterday, but the energies have just been so intense and pretty dense the last couple of days. And I can feel in the collective there's a lot of release of these last 9 years. And you might actually feel this in your body or in your consciousness. You might get these like little mini life reviews over the last 9 year cycle that we're letting go of. And I feel because of the spiritual nature of there technically is no time. This is going to linger a little bit into January. And so it feels like a lot of suppression, oppression type of energies, like oppressive, how unjust the journey may have seemed to feel for those on this path. And what I find helps is just taking as many mini moments as you can to just be in silence, because when you're in silence and not entangled with the collective mind, you want to pull away from that as much as possible. It's not us. And that's really what I wanted to get to, I guess, in this post, is that, when we wake up, we come into the awareness that we're not our thoughts. But the most deluding of all is the monster mind, right? The collective consciousness. That's the one that's just running when you wake up. And if you're not in a high vibration, which is not possible to be in a high vibration all of the time, especially, when we're just exhausted from the frequencies, the energies, the journey in general, it's really important that you're just observing and listening to those voices, because they're not us. All right. And we hear these thoughts and hear these feel these emotions, is what I wanted to say, and we mistake it for who we are. And this is just clearing out of the collective unconscious. So for anybody that may not know that, there you go. And it's such a relief. It's liberation and freedom to know that these things aren't us, but they can feel really intense and really real. You just need to silence it the best you can. Sometimes it feels like it kind of takes you over, and it's running your day for you. So this is a good time to practice just observation and have the awareness that these thoughts, these voices, because the mind doesn't want to let go. It's it's food source, right? So it doesn't, and the mind, our personal mind, has run our life up until this point, and it doesn't go down very easily. The ego doesn't just say, okay, you're gonna awaken now to your soul and I'm just gonna go away. No, it puts up a pretty big fight, and the thoughts become sometimes just too much, right? It's almost like it hurts your head, because they're very dense, very controlling, very nasty, very lower vibration, right? So it's like the ego digs its heels into you and doesn't want to let you go. And you almost have to sometimes just wait it out till it passes on its own. If you find that it's already kind of taking you over. Sometimes journaling can help, and sometimes that might have helped you the whole journey, and now all of a sudden it doesn't work. You might need to take a bath, put on some music, distract yourself, bake something, do something for another person, or just lay in bed, go to sleep until it passes or clears. But these big collective ones are intense. They're intense, and it does take a lot of conscious presence and our focus to navigate out of that density. So I'm feeling it too. Just in case anybody was feeling those things, you might all of a sudden get hit with a big wave of exhaustion, and you just need to go to sleep in the middle of the day, where maybe before you didn't need to. But I always recommend exercise, because you're moving that energy, right? You're getting it out of your body. And I just wanted to check in and let everybody know if that's the type of thing you're feeling. These little mini reviews or any lessons that needed to close out should have left your field. You should have felt the drop off with certain things that you might have been doing, or even people that were in your life. You just feel like a disconnect from all of it. Not in a way where you're mad or angry or anything like that. It's just there's no more resonance there, right? The frequency bandwidth that we're operating from is just a different one from where others are at right now. And so forgiveness for all of it is you know, required from us. So that's a big thing too right now, is just forgiving it all and realizing that it was all just a play of consciousness and none of it actually happened to our source self, right? It was just all for the character, for the purpose of our growth, and we needed these lessons. If you look back at anything that has made you stronger, it didn't come easy, right? We needed these other people, and they are playing a role for the divine, even though they are not aware of it, to assist us, right? And this usually comes in not the funnest of ways, right? Through conflict or through betrayal or abandonment and all these human concepts. But anyway, nonetheless, I just rambled on there. I'm on my way to the gym to lift my energy back up, but it's been pretty dense. In case you're feeling that, just wanted to send out some love and make this so you know you're not alone on this path. We're never alone, okay? It's impossible to be alone on this path, but really just be in observation of the mind. That is when these things are clearing, the collective mind, the nasty thoughts, the dense thoughts, all of this I'm not happy type of stuff. We're leaving all that shit behind. All right, lots of love, everybody. I don't know if this made any sense, but hopefully it helps somebody on the path. Bye.